Greetings, friends. Lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. This one can be really tricky to embrace because I think the first part here is that we have issue with accepting the fact that we are holy. And there is this kind of false humility that we have, and we think, oh, not me. I'm not good enough. There's things I've done in the past that make me unholy, etc. So in my life, I know that this lesson is important because it's not about what we do. So like even if you make a mistake as a parent or as a partner or in a relationship with a family member, what we do doesn't change the essence of who we are. And that's really important to remember. What we do does not change the essence of who we are. The essence of who we are cannot be changed by anything in this world or in this reality. Period. End of story. So whatever was done to you or that you did to others has had no bearing on the truth of who you are. So lesson 37 is really inviting us into that container, that safety net that says to us that our human experience doesn't change who we are, who we were created to be. So I know that my holiness blesses the world is a big one to integrate into our lives. I'm recently, we go through these situations with friends or in business where we might really feel like we acted in integrity, but someone perceives that you didn't. This happens often. I don't know, it's some kind of a theme in my life, but it really comes down to accepting the fact that you are holy and nothing can change that, and that this is a school and we learn through contrast. So when difficult things are occurring in our lives, it doesn't mean that we give up our sense of identity in spirit, that our spiritual identity overrides our human identity, that the authentic self is the true self. That is the purpose of the practice of yoga, that idea of self-realization. So that is in progress, that is established, that can never be changed. So as you move through relationships and interactions and so forth, give yourself some grace to remember that you're here to learn and that your holiness can indeed bless the world. So I'm going to go ahead and read this lesson for you. This idea contains the first glimmerings of your true function in the world, or why you are here. Let me read that again. This idea contains the first glimmerings of your true function in the world, or why you are here. Your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Thus are you and the world blessed together. No one loses, nothing is taken away from anyone. Everyone gains through your holy vision. It signifies the end of sacrifice because it offers everyone his due, his full due. And he is entitled to everything because it is his birthright as a son of God. There is no other way in which the idea of sacrifice can be removed from the world's thinking. Any other way of seeing will inevitably demand payment of someone or something. As a result, the perceiver will lose, nor will he have any idea why he is losing. Yet is his holiness restored to his awareness through your vision. Your holiness blesses him by asking nothing of him. Those who see themselves as whole make no demands. Your holiness is the salvation of the world. It lets you teach the world that it is one with you, not by preaching to it, not by telling it anything, but merely by your quiet recognition that in your holiness are all things blessed along with you. Today's 4 longer exercise periods, each to involve 3 to 5 minutes of practice, begin with the repetition of the idea for today, followed by a minute or so of looking about you as you apply the idea to whatever you see. My holiness blesses this chair. My holiness blesses that window. My holiness blesses this body. Then close your eyes and apply the idea to any person who occurs to you, using his name and saying, "My holiness blesses you," the name. You may continue to practice with your eyes closed. You may open your eyes again and apply the idea for today to your outer world if you so desire. You may alternate between applying the idea to what you see around you and to those who are in your thoughts, or you may use any combination of these two phases of application that you prefer. The practice period should conclude with a repetition of the idea with your eyes closed and another following immediately with your eyes open. The shorter exercises consist of repeating the idea as often as you can. It is particularly helpful to apply it silently to anyone you meet, using his name as you do so. It is essential to use the idea if anyone seems to cause an adverse reaction in you. Offer him the blessing of your holiness immediately, that you may learn to keep it in your own awareness. I really appreciate this last part of the lesson here, saying it is essential to use the idea if anyone seems to cause an adverse reaction in you. Offer him the blessing of your holiness immediately, that you may learn to keep it in your own awareness. So again, we like to make these lessons applicable for you, and I like to share my own little experiences with you, because when we can meet in that place, we both benefit. This lesson is also speaking to the idea of win-win, and that sacrifice is an illusion. So seeing the holiness in another, seeing the holiness in myself is that win-win. Even when we're triggered, or even when we have an adverse reaction uh, on a situation or through a certain person or relationship. So we can say, like, I'm thinking of the person right now that had caused an adverse reaction within me. Now, the option is I can judge myself based on that adverse reaction and then spiral into all of these ideas that are not in alignment with this one. My holiness blesses the world. Or I can bless that person. Thank you for showing me where I was stuck. Thank you for showing me where I needed to be more, and then fill in the blank. Fierce, have healthier boundaries, to have more clarity, to be fully self-expressed, whatever it is. Thank you for showing me the space within me where I was shy, where I was afraid, whatever it is, so that I could learn that my holiness blesses the world. So happy practicing with this one today, my friends. See you in the next lesson.